It looks like multinational teams searching for the missing Malaysian airliner could be closing in on parts of the wreckage. New satellite images have revealed more than 100 objects in the southern Indian Ocean, while planes flying low over the sea have also reported spotting possible debris from flight MH370. But as our Asia correspondent John Sparks reports, scientists in Australia believe the plane might actually be intact on the ocean floor.
The Australians call it the Roaring Forties. No place for a ship and her crew. These pictures taken from the bridge of a Dutch gas tanker last winter. And it's conditions like these that vessels looking for Flight 370 now contend with. But the swell and the current aren't the only things hampering the search. Search teams have been out there in the same place looking for the last 10 days, but they haven't laid their hands on a single piece of debris. But that may not have much to do with the weather. Instead, leading oceanographers have suggested another reason. They think that Flight 370 is still intact on the bottom of the Indian Ocean. This is Professor Charita Patriarchi. He says there's only one way to explain the lack of debris, like life jackets, for example.
As soon as they touch the water, the life jackets will inflate. So we should see lots of life jackets.
But we haven't.
We haven't. And that tells me that the plane is more or less intact at the bottom of the ocean.
That's a major problem for the search teams, because that debris provides clues about where to find the rest of the wreckage. And they need those clues because the Indian Ocean is deep.
3.5 kilometers below the surface.
How difficult is that going to be?
Part of its luck. Luck comes in how quickly you will find it. They will find it. But it might take days, weeks, months, or years.
12 specialist aircraft were dispatched to the search area today, 1,500 miles southwest of Perth, but nothing of significance was found, and the weather is expected to deteriorate overnight. Still, new images from a French satellite have picked out more than 100 unidentified objects at sea. The Malaysians called it another new lead today.
Some objects were a meter in length, others were as much as 23 meters in length.
Nonetheless, they've given up hope of finding survivors. 6 Australians who boarded Flight 370 were remembered today in the country's parliament, their families in attendance as the chamber observed a minute of silence. And the country's Prime Minister offered this pledge.
Australia will do all it can to recover what we can from the southern Indian Ocean so that they can have the closure and eventually the peace that comes with understanding more of what happened.
Hundreds of Chinese relatives are expected to travel to Perth this weekend. They too seek answers and peace of mind, but they may not find what they're looking for as the experts and the search teams struggle to understand. John Sparks, Channel 4 News in Perth.